Hello, my name's Andy and I'm a compulsive gambler. Last bet 14th of April 2007. Hope you're all well, guys, and welcome to the vlog. I hope you're all doing well and all chilled and doing well in the recoveries. To my left today, I've got a special guest, Mark Pickering.
Evening.
Yeah, he's a fellow gambling addict or whatever he wants to refer himself as. What we're going to do is open up with Mark, tell his story. Going to be going for about 10-15 minutes, like a version of his story. What we'll do, we'll open up a bit of a Q&A. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves on the live chat and try and talk to each other. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pass over the other headphone to him, so make it a bit easier for you to hear him. Okay? So if you want to take that one out.
Yeah.
And then just do your stuff. No, use them both.
Oh, okay. Evening, everyone. So, very interested to see what you've got to say after I tell my story, and any thoughts that you have, feel free to express whatever you're feeling. I've always been a bit of a gambler, right from a young age. I was brought up to go on the penny slots, and 18 I developed a little problem with slot machines for about a year, but then I met my lovely wife and got a job, and everything stopped up until getting to around about 6 years ago. Lots of things went wrong in my life. It's not an excuse, because I actually do believe that we're our own cause of our problems, and we have to take responsibility. But I had quite a few things go wrong. I split up with my wife, my dad died, etc, etc. And I found myself living in a flat on my own, and I do believe that boredom plays a big part in what we do from a gambling perspective. So I started gambling on Betfair. Somebody introduced me to Betfair. Sorry, my phone's going off now, my daughter. Betfair, if you don't know what it is, it's online, but you don't necessarily have to bet. You can also lay, so you can be like a bookmaker, so to speak. And that was my problem. I thought I could make easy money. It just started taking over my life. I was very, very successful in my career. It's hard to say, but I was earning six figures, so didn't need to gamble. And slowly, it just took over, from doing hundreds of pounds to thousands of pounds to hundreds of thousands of pounds, and culminating in the fact in 2016 it got that bad. I lost over £1 million, but not all of it was my own money. I'd actually stole money as well to fund my gambling problem. Might sound crazy when you're earning so much money, but at the end of the day, it gets to the point where you are gambling and it doesn't matter what the result is. The result is not important. It's the build up to the result that you feel the importance. And I ended up sitting in the house I was renting and whistleblowed myself for me stealing the money. As a consequence of that, I ended up living in a car that wasn't my own, and 11 months later going to prison. Can you imagine that, going from being really, really successful to at 50 years old going to prison? And I'm not proud of it, but when I did go to prison, I made sure that it was a positive experience. So most people will say it was negative, but I actually did a lot of good stuff in there and used it as a crux to actually turn my life around. And I've now been out 8 months. I'm working, not necessarily doing exactly what I want to do, because I actually feel that there's a way to help people like myself. So my ideal client looking after would be somebody that me 3 years ago, and there's a lot more help that's needed. So effectively, if you could take something from this story, the fact that somebody has been very, very successful to not needing to gamble, but actually got that deep into it that you have no control whatsoever, and effectively resulting in committing a criminal offence for the first time at 50 years old. It's absolutely crazy to think that I could do that when I look back, and even now it hurts me the fact that I've let that many different people down as well. One thing I would say is I've actually done a 16.5 mile 3-piece challenge today and raised £176 for charity. I would have done that while I was gambling because I'd have missed out on the time I wanted to gamble. But people tend to think that addicts are weak-willed people, and I actually disagree with that. So I'm a quite strong-willed person. I've done the 16.5 miles today. The weather was horrendous. I did a boxing match for charity about 3 years ago. I've done a skydive, and I actually think that going on and gambling in the way that I did, when I knew that it wasn't the right thing to do, when I knew it brought misery, that was what brought the misery. It didn't bring pleasure. You think it brings pleasure, but it doesn't bring any pleasure. It's what causes the misery. And we all go back to gambling because we actually think it's the pleasure that gets us out of the misery, but that's caused the misery in the first place. But to keep gambling and keep going thinking you're going to win, you've got to be a strong-willed person, so don't think you're weak. That's just what I think. I know it's an opinion, but at the end of the day, that's me. So if you've got thoughts, if you've got feelings, if you think bad of me, good of me, but whatever it is, if you want to share them feelings, ask questions, then feel free.
Yeah, no worries. So if I take one of them off, yeah, that'll be good. So
there you go.
So so I've got like a few comments there. Is the sound okay? I know it's probably not the best at the minute, so scroll up a second. So nice to see you, Erwin. Nice to see you, Katie, Oliver. Really good. Hey up, Mum and Dad. Mum and Dad are in Canada, unless that's my son's playing silly buggers. But it's great to have Mark on today to do his story. So if you've got any questions for him or myself as well, feel free to ask them. It's my son. It's my son, actually, Timmy, my 12-year-old son.
What are you doing out here?
No, he likes listening and stuff. They've actually had him on the past. So, yeah, Mark's had that was a good story to listen to. He's been about a bit. Obviously, he's done his nuts a lot. He was talking about how you got a lot of VRP stuff.
Oh
previously.
yeah.
So if you want to talk a bit about that and what you got through like the VRP and things and all that lot.
Right. So I'm not a campaigner or anything like that. There's no reason why the gambling industry shouldn't be there, in my opinion. At the end of the day, they're there. That they need to take responsibility again, in my opinion. But we have to take responsibility for what we do as well. And again, it's only my thoughts. You're welcome to your own thoughts. So my problem was with Betfair, and effectively, the more you gamble, the better you're treated. So much so that I got to the stage where I went to 2 Champions League finals, one including Man United, Barcelona. Barcelona won 2-0. You can't get better than that. You feel special. Everything's free from the minute you get to the ground. Drinks, food, laptops available for you to bet on if your phone's not working. It's just lavish treatment. So 2 Champions League finals, Cheltenham Gold Cup Day, again, unbelievable hospitality. You get as many drinks as you want, you get as much food as you want, and you get to watch the racing from a great viewpoint as well. and it actually does make you feel important, and as a consequence of that you want to bet more because you want to go on another one. And it's absolutely crazy because effectively they're just feeding you with regards to your addiction, and they're only taking people there that bet a lot of money. So the more you bet, the more chance you've got of going on these VIP treatments. And although I said I'm not a campaigner, if I was to campaign to the government about anything, and that was to be to stop incentives of actually starting people of gambling and the VIP treatments, because this is a guess, but I would say 50% of the people that go on VIP treatments have got problems. And maybe not, but that's, and I went on quite a lot. So, and you could usually tell the ones that have got the problem because there was always on the laptop or on the phone. So that's just my thoughts.
Okay. What kind of help have you had, Mark?
So yeah, when I handed myself in, I ended up living in my car, but I went to see a GP, and unfortunately that GP didn't really give me any help whatsoever. He gave me a phone number. Actually, it was a she. She gave me a phone number. I rang it a week later. They rang back and said they didn't help gamblers. But fortunately, I got in touch with GamCare, and I went through a process of I think 4 one-on-one interviews, and then we did some group sessions, which was really good. And subsequently from there, I also went to another GP and managed to get some NHS treatment, which was actually really, really good. However, it helped me, but I do think that none of that happened for at least 3 months. And I've learned a lot since about the cycle of change and where you are in the cycle of change, and at any point of time you can go back to the start and being pre-contemplation where you don't think you've got a problem. So effectively, I do think that treatment needs to be here and now when somebody actually wants it. So when you made that decision.
Yeah, I think with the news this week of Northern Gambling Clinic actually opening its doors in Leeds, that was I think a quite pivotal moment. We've got something in the north now on the NHS, and I do believe there'll be others as well in the north over the next coming months and years as well. Obviously for me, and like I said, Mark just lives down the road from me, about 20-25 minutes away. I'd love to see something in the Midlands on the NHS like that, like what I've seen of the place in Leeds. Just like a hub, just to drop in, and you can go in anonymously as well, and it's not like a threatening kind of place, not like a daunting place to go at all or anything, and no one's going to judge you at all. I think for me in my own recovery, obviously I carried a lot of shame at the start and a lot of guilt, but I think that goes after time. I'm guessing, did you feel that kind of
I still have a lot of shame and a lot of guilt, and that's like one of the reasons why I've done what I did today with the walking and the raising money for charity link. I think the more you can push yourself into doing good for others means you get further away from your own problems. So tell us a bit more about, because you've just been up to the new gambling clinic, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I went up in May. I'm due to go and see him again in October. There's a guy called Matthew Gaskell who's running the lead on it, who's leading the actual clinic, and fortunately for me, when I went up, there's about 5 or 6 of us have done videos for the NHS, and basically it's like half a day's filming, 3/4 of a day filming, and just doing the story again, basically getting interviewed. Luckily enough, I pulled a bit of a favour in at Derby County, and they kindly let me do a video there, my interview there, which was great. I've got my kids involved as well, and the video got released this week. The initial video for the start of it, I think it's got Chris Murphy and Matthew Kettle on it, and Dan and Keith Evans from Wygam as well. And the introduction video was amazing, and obviously they've released my video, what I've done for them as well as the first story. And I'm not gonna lie, I welled up. It was beautiful. It was amazing to see. Sorry, I got fire. But I did well up, and it was amazing. The boys loved seeing themselves on this thing. My wife cried her eyes out as well. So it was quite as a loving moment. It's quite touching to see people actually relate to it as well. And I spoke to quite a few people regarding it, and they were asking questions about how they get treatment and stuff up in Leeds and things like that. So hopefully it's a massive positive. Yeah, those skinny jeans, Owen, can't help it. I had to have them on, mate. I've got to try and look good. I've got a face for radio, haven't I? So, but
I thought you were going to try and say you managed to get on the football pitch, but
I walked around the side. I walked around the side and walked down. I had a bit of a sit in the dugouts and stuff and all that lot as well. So it was a very humbling thing to do, and I felt, for me, I came across very well. I just talked about feelings, my raw. I'm being honest as well. That's all I can be as someone who's in recovery from gambling. Anything you see me tweet, or apart from football now and again, anything you see me tweet regards gambling addiction, everything, it's honest, it's heartfelt, it is from the heart, and it's my own beliefs. I've got no script. I answer questions as best as ability as I can, always from my perspective as well. All you can be is honest. Be truthful to yourself with this addiction. Just the more you're honest, the more you get better. The less chance you're going to gamble. That's my own thought, really. I don't know if it's yours.
I 100% agree with you, mate. At the end of the day, it's a terrible thing to have an addiction, and gambling addiction, it could be thought of as worse than others, because other people can't see any physical evidence to suggest what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I say, it's people in live chat like Katie and Owen have talked on there, and some of the stuff they've said and talked about, and what we did and stuff when we was in that element of got those urges, and what we did, we lied about it and things and all that lot, and it is what it is. It is a silent addiction. End of the day, no one can really see it, and this is probably where, probably some one of the reasons why I will talk to the industry, talk to the gambling industry as well, because they want the red flags. They want to see if people are struggling. They want to talk to people like ourselves with lived-in experience, because we're the experts, like experience at the end of the day. You're not going to get everybody. It's hard, don't get me wrong, but I think industry as a whole are getting a lot more responsible, a lot better. Sure, there is some bad things that's happened, and yeah, I can understand people getting angry and getting upset as well, but end of the day, all I can do is talk about my own recovery and what I've done. If people want to follow the way I go, or however Mark goes, Mark went through GamCare, I went through GA. It depends, whatever journey you go on, it's your journey. End of the day, no one can do it for you. I take full responsibility of my actions. I blame myself for what I did, and I held back my wife and my child at the time from many things when I first stopped gambling. Well, when I came out with it all and stuff and all that. Now we're living life to the full.
Many people fall victim to this. I'm not talking about the gamblers. I'm talking about families, relationships, all sorts of things, and the responsibility is upon us to not put ourselves in this position anymore, and it's difficult to stop. I know, I've been there, but it's 100% worthwhile stopping in it.
Definitely. Don't get me wrong, that first 6 months, how long have you been off now?
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years, and then I reckon you probably had the same feeling as me those first 6-12 months, thinking, this is hard. You're bouncing off the walls a bit, aren't you?
Well, yes and no. In some ways I was fortunate because I went from having everything to nothing. I wasn't really in a position anyway, so it actually helped me, the fact that I wasn't in a position. Then I went to prison, and obviously you can't gamble in there.
No. Do you want to talk about how prison was?
Like I said in my story, really, effectively, it's hard to put into perspective your first night. So my first night was in Lincoln, and yeah, and it was pretty horrendous. My first 9 weeks were pretty low in that, like, I saw somebody get killed. Well, I'm sorry that I apologise, I didn't see it happen, but somebody on my wing actually got killed. There was numerous fights, there was all sorts of things going on. But at the end of the day, the time that I spent in there, I didn't get involved in one problem. I saw a lot of problems. I took it on myself to educate myself and be positive, and I actually came out fitter than I had been in 20 years, more educated than I had been, and used the experience in a fantastic way. I'd done charity work before I got out. I'd actually got a job working before I got out, so effectively the whole experience was pretty good. I have to say the food went that good.
No. Was there any any help inside for any addiction, really, not just gambling?
There was. You could argue there was help with drugs and alcohol. However, it baffled me in that people that were on drugs and 5 years later, they've been in prison 5 years and they were still on drugs. So effectively, there's help there, and they say they're trying to get you off. But effectively, when it was time to get the meds, the queues for meds was unbelievable. So it's only my humble opinion again, but I think the regime in there is more about keeping people happy than actually getting them in a position of where they're healthy.
Yeah.
From a gambling point of view, there was little or no help at all. The last place I was in, Sudbury, they just started a gambling forum, but realistically, again, it wasn't in the game. Drug and alcohol was, but not gambling.
Okay.
I think it's changing.
Yeah. Okay. Like I say, I mean, it's a fantastic story Mark shared. Well, I won't say fantastic, but fantastic that he's quite fluid, that he's quite open and very honest with his story as well. Hopefully, you can take quite a lot out of it as well, because that's what it can lead you to prison, and unfortunately, you spent with your wife and things like that. We won't go into that if you don't want to. So, but this is where the addiction can take you. It wrecks lives. It put you in prison. It can put you in prison. I mean, it was nice to hear an aspect of you talking about prison, because I never got to that stage. I was like, I've got 60 grand in debt. I was borrowing all my money on credit and stuff and all that. Like, I didn't know Stephen, but I know plenty of people who did and stuff and all that. Like, do you want to talk about where you're going this week? Hi Mark, you okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talk about that.
So yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday I'm actually part of YGAM. I'm actually going on a trainer. So I'm really looking forward to that, because YGAM are trying to educate more people out in the workforce. There's quite a lot of companies now, isn't there, trying to put help out there, both in an educational point of view.
Some very good ones. I mean, there's Epic,
YGAM,
Bet No More, and then you've got some of the recovery guys like Break Even as well, who are really good as well. And there's I think it's EduGam. I think it's like a FamGam one as well, which, I mean, I don't know a lot about them, but I probably need to read up about them as well.
GamCare are putting extra support out there.
Yeah, GamCare as well. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to grow.
At the end of the day, it's great. It's great to help others in any way. If this helps one person, if by us going on courses and getting extra education ourselves, and we can help others. I mean, Andy's had that many people contacted to help out through this.
Yeah.
But if anybody on here feels like they need some help, just drop us a line.
Yeah, if you want to share your Twitter and everything on here, what I'll do, I'll put it on the comment section as well.
Thank you.
So Mark Pickering is actually on Twitter as well.
Mark Pick.
Mark Pick, something, it's a load of random numbers. But what I will, after I've uploaded the video, I'll put his Twitter handle up so you'll be able to follow him as well. And I think if Owen's on here or Katie, they might be able to find him on Twitter and can put it up already if they wanted to. We're going to go
longer video of that story on
there. Yeah, there's a video of his story, full video of his story online as well. So feel free to hit it up and talk about it and stuff like that. We're going to go for about another 5 minutes. In 2 weeks I'll be back live again, and hopefully I'm going to have the fabulous Katie Clark on, and the Gambling Sucks, which is Darren. So hopefully, I think Katie's watching now, I'm not sure if Darren is or not. So location to be discussed, where or whatnot, and I think Darren wants to do it in a curry house for some reason, but I'm sure we'll try and arrange something.
It'd
be great. I mean, it'd be great to have Darren on, but in particularly Katie as well, because Katie's a YouTube vlogger as much as Darren is as well. But it'd be nice to have a lady's perspective on how they are and how what they do with addiction and what's happened to her and stuff and all that. Because there's not a lot of ladies out there who are wide open. Obviously, there's herself and there's Kelly as well, who's on Twitter, and she's quite vocal with credit cards and things like that, and banning credit cards and stuff like that. Hi Ben, how you doing? Well, mate. Just catching up on a few comments now, so let me just see. Wonky, Yellow.
Anybody got any questions?
Yeah, feel free to ask any questions. Katie just says your recovery is inspirational, which is fantastic.
Thanks, Katie.
So yeah,
so is yours.
Katie's is a very good one, and Darren is as well. Hope you're doing well, Mark. It's just nice to see quite a few faces on here, regular faces who talk, and what I'm going to be doing in what is the meaning of life?
To enjoy.
Enjoy. There you go.
Yeah,
definitely. But what I will do, I'll be changing this up in the new year. I can't confirm anything yet, but it's going to be a bit of a change of direction with how the vlog's going to be viewed and how we're going to discuss and do things. Once I've got more of an idea of what I'm going to plan and do with it, I will let everybody know. I will probably open up a new Twitter and account with it as well, and I'll probably be going live off Instagram more often than not than YouTube. I just think it might be a bit easier to use that interface, but we'll see. I'm just trial and error and stuff and all that lot, so all good. Anybody got any questions at all? If not, I'm going to probably wrap it up in the next minute or two, so feel free to ask away or anything like that. I've got another week off from work. I start a new job week on Monday back at K&DL where I used to work before. Hi, Gambling Sucks, how you doing? Well, mate? Yeah, Owen used to co-facilitate for these. Glad you want to do more and get involved. Owen's got involved with YGAM before. So, and also, well done, Owen. Congrats, mate, on the new job and the new role. It's been something you wanted to do for a long, long time. So I'm sure you're going to blast it, mate, and blast it out of the park with your knowledge and all your skills and everything. So well done, mate.
Intrigued, Owen, to find out how it's going, mate.
Yeah. It'd be nice to catch up as well. Obviously I'm going to be in Leeds in October, so if anyone's dashing about in Leeds on the 14th and 15th, if they want to get involved and come chat to me or something on a private or anything like that, feel free. So yeah, had a good day over the weekend watching the kids football, and now Derby nicks a point at Leeds, I don't know, but hey ho. I'm going to wrap it up now, guys, so thank you for coming in on the live vlog. I really appreciate it all.
Thanks for listening.
Really appreciate Mark for coming on and sharing his story and being very brave. It's been great. Thank you for everyone getting involved. My name's Andy and I'm a compulsive gambler. Last bet, 14th of April 2007. Bye.